Welcome to Breaking Solo, how solopreneurs break barriers, build brands, and embrace the future of business.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the podcast again today, Breaking Solo. Today's guest is Sherry, and I am super excited to have you on the show. Thank you very much. Sherry, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Thanks for having me, Donna. I'm so grateful to be here and share with your audience today. I'm a business coach and I'm also a financial coach. And I've been practicing as a coach for coming up to 9 years here. So I've had quite a lot of one-on-one session, heard incredible stories, and seen people do amazing things in their business, but also in their personal finance. So I'm really grateful and I'm excited to share with you and your audience today here. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. That was awesome. So what inspired you to go into solo business?
I was actually not inspired to go into solo business. It was more of a transformation, I guess. The world kind of nudged me over to become a solopreneur, and I think I was really pulled um, into creating my own company because I wanted to serve people in a way that I didn't see. It was kind of a missing gap right now in the view that I had, so I wanted to share that with people and make that available to them. And so my journey started really in service. I wanted to share information with people that served me and I know have served other people, and I just wanted to make that more accessible.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing that.
No, you're so welcome.
So, what's been your biggest challenge in your solopreneur journey, and how did you overcome it?
I think, my biggest challenge in my solopreneur journey actually turned into a huge opportunity. And the biggest challenge that I had in my solopreneur journey is actually learning how to run a business. I came into business thinking I want to do more financial coaching. I just want to help people learn about financial coaching. But then when I stepped into that role, I'm like, oh my goodness, now there's this whole like other black box that I've never opened before. So learning about all of the processes in business and frameworks that I can use to help me accelerate my growth in business was so helpful for me personally. But then once I started seeing success in that, I actually have a business coach, and I think every coach should have a coach to be able to keep learning and growing themselves so that they could serve people more powerfully. But my coach was so pivotal in my transitioning into becoming a business coach because he's the one that actually suggested, why don't you become certified as a business coach? Because you really seem to take to this kind of information and you're pretty good at implementing it. And I'm like, yes, that sounds amazing. And so I got certified as a small business flight plan coach, and I also got certified in StoryBrand as a guide. So those frameworks have served me powerfully in my business, but I also see it work so like it's not just about the frameworks, it's about helping people feel less overwhelmed in their business and giving them structure to help them grow sustainably.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. So, was there is there a strategy that you use to stand out from the competition in your industry?
I think I've already been talking about it, and I think it's really my desire to serve. Like when I get on a call with people, even if it's a complimentary call, I'm there to serve you. Like I really want people to walk away with something that would help them level up in their personal finance or in their business. I just want them to walk away with something that would help them in their life.
Do you have a specific niche?
So I've been working on that, and I think it develops as time goes on too. But what I've always found is it's someone who was like me, but just like a year ago or like a few steps back from where I've been. that's really the people that I'm serving. And I resonate so much with them because I know what it's like going through what they've gone through because I was just there and I know what worked for me so I can help them powerfully. And I know what challenges I had so I can bring that up to their attention even if before it comes up. And so it's someone like me. So I work with business owners who are looking to grow, who's looking to learn. I love learning. So I'm really looking for people who loves to learn. And I love to take action. I don't want to just learn about stuff and sit on it. I look for people who are ready to take action. So I'm looking for people who wants to learn about it and ready to take action. And I want them to also kind of have a vision for the future. I want them to look at what they want to create in the future and not just reacting to what's going on right now and kind of putting out fires in the business as it goes on. So those are the people that I really look for.
Wow. That's very powerful, Sherry.
Thank you.
So, do you see any shifts happening that could change the way solopreneurs work in the future?
I think there's always going to be trends around, but I don't know if it really serves us to follow all those trends. It feels exhausting because there's so many things to keep up on and learn about and like we already have a lot of things in our mind as business owner and then to add all of that extra stuff to try to keep on top of, I think is a lot. And so what I do is I don't really keep on top of the trends. I mean, there are big trends that you really want to keep an eye on, but um, what I like to do is I like to look at my growth and my process, things that I can control, and also how I serve my clients and the results that I'm getting from my clients for my clients. And then how can I help them get results, more results or faster results? That's really what I'm looking for. How do I teach certain aspects so that they can connect the dots faster and they can take action quicker? That's what I like to look at. So it might be different than what others are looking for, but I don't typically look at trends. I look at trends within my business and what I can control and how I can serve my clients more efficiently and more powerfully.
Good for you. Yeah, the trends aren't always the magic key that people believe they are.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, share with us what's one tool, app, or resource you absolutely cannot live without in your business.
Tools, app, resource. Oh, I use quite a few of them. And I don't know if you've ever done this, Donna, but have you ever like collected tools and resources in app and
And then not use them?
not use them? Exactly, right? So I'm like, oh, this is amazing. This could do so much for me. And then I don't end up using them. So I think it's great to find things that helps create efficiencies in our business, but also a caution is to take them on one at a time. And to take on the thing that can help you right now, not just like the next thing that came out, right? It's the thing that can serve us and take our business to the next level. So I think just to be cautious about collecting those things because I know I've done it and it didn't serve me. So just keeping that in mind. Now what I do is when I take on new apps or look at new tools is I look at my company actually. I don't look at what's going on out there. I look at my company and what my company is needing right now. And I actively seek out those tools and resources to help me with that specific pain point. And then I like lists. So I create pros and cons lists and also I reflect that in my cash flow. Will this actually support the growth of my business? And when will it give me back a return for this tool? So those are the pieces that I look at when I look at a new app or tool or support or anything like that. That being said, anything that I could do to automate my process helps so much. It just takes that away from me. I don't have to worry about that. And I could still go in the back end and make sure that it's working, right? But I don't have to physically do that. So one piece of software that I use is, I have so many that I really like, but I think one that I use a lot is Go High Level. Go High Level has been so transformational for my business, and I'm not even how I use Go High Level is I implement it myself. I do get support on learning pieces of it, and then I go and I implement it, and I focus on one area at a time. Because when I look at all of the things that Go High Level can do, it's so much, and I can't do it because I get paralyzed by implementing them all. And so just learning pieces of it and then implementing and taking action on that piece and then moving on was really helpful for me. And actually, I love lists. So creating a checklist on like what's the sequence of order I'm actually going to do this was really helpful for me also.
Awesome. So we have a white label version of Go High Level called
Mm,
Pandarus, and it took a while to get all the pieces together. So I
mhm.
totally get it. It can be overwhelming, and they keep coming out with new features all the time.
Right, right. Yeah, and then I just I have this parking lot in my I also have a business journal. In the back of my business journal, there's a parking lot. And that's where all the things that I come across that I'm like, wow, that's incredible. I want to look into it, but I don't have capacity. And also, I'm protecting my productivity right now. These are my focus. So I just park it in my parking lot.
That's that's a great concept. Okay. What kind of daily habits or routines help you to stay focused and productive?
I think setting my intention for the day and protecting my energy that way really helps me because it's very easy to just sit down and start doing all the things that you need to do every day. But then what kind of energy do you carry while doing all of that? And is really where you want your company to go. So I think for me, it's really important to protect my energy and set the intention for the day before I start working, transitioning into that time of work. But that being said, I also yeah, if I was to name one, I would say that one. But there are others that's helpful for me also.
Awesome. Do you want to share another one with us?
Sure, yeah, I'd love to. So it's just the idea of like daily big threes, right? The big threes. So choosing three things every day that I will get done. And but also at the same time having grace. That if they don't get done, I'm human. That's okay. If I get 2 out of 3 every day, that's still very, very good than 0 out of 3. So having those intentions, but also having grace around them is very important.
Awesome. I'm glad you give yourself grace. It's very important. So,
hmm
one piece of advice that you'd give to someone that's just starting their solopreneur journey?
Um, I think it's important to have the overall vision of your company. And that seems really big and scary. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just an overall vision to know where you're starting to head. But at the same time, don't get stuck in the weeds. Don't get stuck in the weeds. The most important thing is to take action. Take action, move, do something with your business because if you don't do anything, if you're just sitting there envisioning the vision, it's not going to go anywhere. We got to take action and move the needle in our business by doing things.
So true. So true. Okay. Do you have any exciting projects or launches coming up that you want to share?
Um, I'm always working on things. So I've been toying with this idea of a mastermind. I used to be in groups, in front of groups and presentations quite often in the past, and I haven't brought that into my business coaching portion of things. So I'm thinking of exploring that in the future. There is no official launch or anything like that, but if people want to um, stay connected and learn about those launches as they come out, it's the best way is to get into my nurture email sequence. So if they sign up for that, then they'll be able to be up to date on the developments of those new exciting projects coming up.
Awesome. So the website will be in the show notes, folks, as well as her other contact information. And how's the best way for them to connect with you?
I'm active on Facebook and also LinkedIn, but the best way for them to connect with me is probably straight into my website. Go right in there because then you can access my calendar. And I actually offer a free complimentary 1 hour business coaching call to anyone who's interested. I predominantly work with people in Canada and the US. So if they want to connect, like that's probably the best way to start talking right away. And then also I have a free gift on my website. So it's 5 steps to take away business overwhelm. Because I know that was a big thing for me, and it can be if I'm not careful with my time, even now. So I wanted to give people some really hands on strategies that they could implement right away so that they can alleviate that overwhelm a little bit.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Right, right. It's always there. So we have to protect it and always like be intentional about it.
Yeah, it can always get in your way.
Yeah, for sure.
Harry, it has been a pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you so much. And listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave us a review. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.